Now pay attention to this. A philosopher discovered a truth so powerful that it can instantly change how you see life. He claimed that everything you love, everything you fear, and even your very identity is constantly changing. Most people spend their entire lives fighting this truth, and that's exactly why they suffer. His name was Heraclitus. This is a continuation video from the previous series. Check it out after this one, and by the end of this video, you will understand the hidden philosophy that influenced Stoicism, modern psychology, and some of the greatest minds in history. What he discovered will completely change the way you see reality forever. Welcome to Stoic Gateway. One of the least discussed yet most fascinating aspects of Heraclitus's philosophy concerns the human soul. Heraclitus believed the soul was not a simple thing. It was vast, mysterious, profound. He famously stated, "You could not discover the limits of the soul, even if you traveled every road, so deep is its measure." Think about that. More than 2,500 years ago, Heraclitus was already suggesting something that modern psychology would later confirm. Human beings are far deeper than they realize. Most people think they know themselves. But do they? Do you truly know why you react the way you do? Do you know why certain comments offend you? Why certain fears control you? Why certain desires drive you? Why certain memories still influence your decisions? Most people live on the surface of their minds. Heraclitus believed wisdom begins when we recognize how little we truly understand ourselves. The soul contains hidden dimensions, unseen motivations, unknown potential, untapped strength. Most people never explore these depths. They spend their entire lives distracted by external events while remaining strangers to themselves. But according to Heraclitus, the path toward wisdom requires turning inward, not to escape reality, but to understand reality through understanding yourself. Because the same logos that governs the universe also operates within you. The patterns of existence exist both outside and inside. To know yourself is to begin understanding the structure of reality itself. Let me ask you something. What is one thing about yourself that took years to discover? Write it below. Your answer might inspire someone else who is still searching. Heraclitus made an astonishing statement. He said, "Hidden harmony is better than visible harmony." What did he mean? Imagine listening to an orchestra. You hear beautiful music. The harmony is obvious. But beneath the music lies something invisible. Mathematical relationships, timing, structure, balance. Without those hidden elements, the beautiful sound could never exist. Heraclitus believed life works the same way. Often, what appears chaotic is hiding a deeper harmony. A failed relationship teaches lessons that create future wisdom. A painful setback develops strength that later produces success. A difficult period creates transformation that becomes visible years later. At the time, these experiences feel meaningless, random, unfair. But looking back, many people realize there was a hidden pattern, a hidden order, a hidden harmony. Heraclitus challenged people to trust that reality possesses a depth they cannot immediately see. This does not mean everything happens for a reason. In some simplistic sense, it means reality is often more interconnected than our limited perspective allows us to understand. What looks like disorder today may reveal its purpose tomorrow. What appears to be an ending may secretly be a beginning. The wise person learns patience, because truth often takes time to reveal itself. One of Heraclitus's most repeated themes was awakening. He believed most people lived as if asleep, not physically, mentally, spiritually. They accepted inherited beliefs without examination. They followed crowds without thinking. They reacted automatically rather than consciously. They lived according to habits rather than wisdom. Sound familiar? Even today, many people spend hours scrolling endlessly, consuming information, following trends, reacting emotionally, never stopping to ask, why do I believe what I believe? Why do I want what I want? Why do I fear what I fear? Why am I living this way? Heraclitus believed genuine philosophy begins when a person wakes up from unconscious living, when they stop drifting, when they begin observing, questioning, thinking, reflecting. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. The moment you become conscious of your patterns, you gain the power to change them. The moment you see your chains, you can begin breaking them. This is why Heraclitus remains relevant today. His message is not ancient, it is timeless. Wake up, pay attention, see reality clearly. Among Heraclitus's most powerful statements is one short sentence: character is destiny. In just 3 words, he summarized a principle that can change a person's entire life. Most people focus on outcomes: money, status, recognition, achievement. Heraclitus focused on character, because character creates outcomes. Your habits shape your character. Your character shapes your choices. Your choices shape your future. Your future becomes your destiny. Every day, whether you realize it or not, you are constructing your destiny through repeated actions. The person who repeatedly chooses discipline becomes disciplined. The person who repeatedly chooses courage becomes courageous. The person who repeatedly chooses honesty becomes trustworthy. Destiny is not merely something that happens to you. It is something you gradually become. Heraclitus wanted people to understand that transformation begins internally. Before you change your circumstances, you must change yourself. The future is hidden within today's habits. Now let's discuss one of the reasons Heraclitus became so influential. Many of his ideas directly inspired the Stoics. The ancient Stoics believed the universe operated according to rational order. This closely resembles Heraclitus's concept of the Logos. The Stoics believed people should align themselves with nature. Heraclitus taught the same principle. The Stoics believed suffering comes from resisting reality. Again, this echoes Heraclitus. When you study thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, you can hear the distant voice of Heraclitus. His philosophy became one of the foundations upon which Stoicism was built. And perhaps this explains why his ideas still resonate today, because they help people navigate uncertainty, they help people develop resilience, they help people remain grounded in a constantly changing world. What's remarkable is how many of Heraclitus's insights anticipated modern psychology. He understood that people resist change. He understood that growth emerges through struggle. He understood the importance of self-awareness. He understood that contradictions exist within human nature. He understood that transformation is a lifelong process. Many ideas associated with personal development today have roots that stretch back to Heraclitus. His philosophy was not merely theoretical. It was psychological, practical, transformational. He wanted people to become wiser human beings. The mature individual does not deny complexity. They embrace it. They learn to live with paradox. Because reality itself is paradoxical. The strongest people are not those who possess simple answers. They are those capable of holding complex truths. If we had to summarize Heraclitus's entire philosophy into a single sentence, it would be this: reality is an ever-changing process, governed by hidden order, and wisdom comes from learning to live in harmony with that truth. Everything else flows from this insight. Everything changes, yet change follows patterns. Opposites create unity. Conflict creates growth. Awareness creates wisdom. Character creates destiny. The soul contains infinite depth. Life becomes meaningful when we align ourselves with reality rather than fighting against it. The obstacle is often the teacher. The challenge is often the catalyst. The struggle is often the transformation. Seek deeper patterns. Don't judge your life by isolated moments. Look for larger lessons. Look for recurring themes. Look for hidden harmony. Develop self-awareness. Observe yourself honestly. Question your assumptions. Examine your reactions. Know yourself deeply. Build character daily. Remember, character is destiny. Every action matters. Every habit matters. Every choice matters. Your future self is being created right now. You're not a finished product. You are a process, a river, a flame, a becoming. The version of you watching this video today is not the version that will exist 1 year from now. You will change. The question is whether that change will happen consciously or unconsciously. Will you drift? Or will you participate in your own transformation? That is the challenge Heraclitus leaves us with. And perhaps it is the most important challenge of all. Now subscribe and join us for more timeless wisdom from history's greatest minds. And if you want a free transformational guide designed to help you apply these ancient teachings to modern life, email transformation to the Stoic Path 33@gmail.com. Again, that's the Stoic Path 33@gmail.com with the word transformation in the subject line. Before you leave, answer this question in the comments. Which teaching of Heraclitus impacted you the most? I read as many comments as possible, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember Heraclitus's timeless warning. The only constant in life is change. The only question is whether you will resist it or become wise enough to flow with it. This is Stoic Gateway. Check out the other series of Heraclitus teaching on the channel page. This is brought to you from the School of Athens. Keep walking the path of wisdom.